Red October has come and gone, but with Team Toyota's home field advantage, you'll score even more savings this offseason. Choose from our winning lineup of new Toyotas, like Corollas, Camrys, RAV4s, and Highlanders, all in stock for immediate delivery. Or ship over 200 certified used Toyotas with MVP pricing to deliver quality and value. And when it comes to service and collision repair, our team gets you back in the game fast. So visit us in Langhorne, Princeton, or Glen Mills, or take a swing online at teamtoyota.net. You are listening, you are watching the Phillies Talk podcast presented by Team Toyota. I am Spencer McKercher, digital video producer, co-host of the pod, and once again, joined by Sean Kane, producer of Phillies pre- and post-game live.
It's me.
And I see you over there, Sean.
Yes.
What do you got?
Making sure the costume is up to par here. I'm making sure we can see the get-up of the Halloween costume. I'm sure you can introduce why we're dressed like this. It is closing in on Halloween here.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
This will come out on October 30th, so we'll be a day away from Halloween. And if you're watching on YouTube, you see our costumes. If you're listening, go check YouTube to see what we are. We'll start with you, Kaner.
Yeah.
What do you got?
So I'm Clark Kent, Spence.
Yeah.
I am Clark Kent. I was Clark Kent a few years ago. You know, you go through that period in your life where you're young and you dress up for Halloween, then you don't dress up for a while. Like in my 20s and early 30s, it was more of like, just go out on Halloween.
That's where I'm
at. Then once you have, that's where you're at. And then once you have kids, though, you find out that part of the deal is you got to dress up with them. At least I do. Like my kids for 11 years now have been telling me, like, this is what I'm going to be and this is what you're going to be to kind of accompany me in my outfit. So about 4 or 5 years ago, my oldest son was Superman. So I was Clark Kent. So I am Clark Kent right now. The T-shirt, you can see
it.
Underneath the tie and the shirt. I'm in the middle of transforming here from Clark Kent to Superman, Clark Kent to Superman. The glasses. So I apologize if there's the reflection off the glasses for our YouTube watchers. But Clark Kent, man, that's my long-winded way of saying Clark Kent is what I'm going with.
You look great.
Thank you.
You look fantastic. And that's the thing, you and I have been discussing. The people, they know who Clark Kent is.
Yeah.
You should. And if you don't know who Clark Kent is, you live under a rock.
Right.
So
good. Yep. Yeah,
Clark
Kent.
You look fantastic.
Superman's alter ego.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it kind of works because isn't he like a reporter too?
Yes. So that's a great point.
He
probably would have had his own podcast.
He probably could have.
Yeah.
Talking about Superman.
No doubt.
No doubt.
All right. Good deal. How about you, Spence? What do you got going on over there?
So it's been a debate. Like you said, I've never been big into Halloween either. College was a fun time. I was Bugs Bunny. Me and my buddy John, he was Tweety Bird.
Yep.
And it was like these big like onesie costumes and Bugs' head was on top of my head.
Right.
And he had Tweety Bird. Then, the last few years, I've kind of given up.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. So what I pulled together is there's been a lot of options. I went with Hawaiian bowler.
Okay.
Got the shades on.
Yep.
Shout out to the Triopoly, the little bucket hat, straw hat, whatever you want to call it. And then I have my bowling shirt on.
Yeah. With your own name on it.
Official. You see that, dude?
Spencer.
That's right. Shout out to the bowling team. We're called Spare Me.
Nice.
Shout out.
Good
bowling team. I believe we're like 5-0, 5-1 maybe.
Good. So this is like a current bowling team.
Current bowling.
So it's not like something you did a few years ago.
No,
You're
yeah.
on a
So
bowling team.
My girlfriend Sophia, she and all her work friends, they put together this bowling team, and I kind of got signed up against my will.
Okay.
And I went out there, dude, first time last week. Wasn't good.
Okay.
I thought I could bowl maybe like a 150.
You would think as an athlete.
Yeah,
it's tough, though.
I bowled a 94.
Okay.
Then turned into an 87, and then it was like a 75 in the third game.
Wow. So you got worse.
Way worse. I mean, the beers were flowing.
Sure.
Started drinking a little beers, and hanging out a little bit. But so anyway, then John Clark, our buddy John Clark is here, and he said, you look like a Clearwater resident.
Ooh, I could see that.
And I was like, you know
Florida
what?
Man.
Shout out to our guy Drew down at the Palm Pavilion, or our Clearwater listeners.
Yeah.
We're going to be down there sooner before we know it, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go with either one. But either way, I feel good. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. Before we get off of Halloween, a Phillies tie-in for Halloween. My youngest son, who is now 5, is going to be Johan Duran for Halloween. It's like his favorite player. He loves the entrance. Awesome. He was still trying to convince me to kind of be like the spider, the tarantula that kind of crawls across when they introduce him. I think that's going to be a tough ask to be a spider, and people might not get it if they're really not into the Phillies. But he's going to have his Duran jersey on. We're going to have the entrance music playing as he walks around trick-or-treating. My oldest son's going to be Shooter McGavin. Him and his buddies are all Happy Gilmore guys. So yeah, should be fun, man. But every year, whatever the kids want to do, you kind of have to go along with. I've been like an astronaut, a rocket man, because my son's really into the planets, and I've been a lot of things, man. You just got to roll with it. You know?
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. I'm excited for that time.
Yeah.
That time in life.
Yeah, there we go. Clark Kent.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, so is his music going to be playing like nonstop?
I mean, at first it will. I think at some point it'll probably go away because, it's a pretty long process. You're out there for an hour or two trick-or-treating, and it's going to be on a loop. But yeah, he loves it, man. Like when we play wiffle ball in the backyard, we put that on. He runs out from the bullpen, warms up, and it's Duran. He knows when it's the last inning. That's when Duran comes in the wiffle ball game, and he goes through it, man. He loves it.
That makes me so
Duran.
happy.
Yes.
I love that guy, man. I love Little Bake, man. He's a character and a great dude, and I'm excited to see the costume, how it all unfolds, and I'm excited to see if you get some spider legs somewhere.
Who knows? We'll see.
We'll see what happens. Stay tuned for maybe the next episode. We'll get some
pictures. Yeah.
Oh, how's everyone going? Happy Halloween, like we said. We are recording this on October 29th, Wednesday, pre-Game 5 of the World Series. We're going to start there because, in reality, it has been so much fun.
Yeah.
What a fun series the Blue Jays and Dodgers have going right now, including Game 3. Now, did you stay up for it?
I went to bed willingly at 1 a.m., after the 13th. It was after Freeman flew out to center in like the 13th inning. Okay. I was like, I had to work the next day. I got to be at the bus stop in the morning. And it was just, I can't, stay. Who knows? It's not like there's a runner on second. You're like, all right, I'll end next inning. Right. I thought maybe it could go 4 or 5 more innings. Sure enough, it went 4 or 5 more innings. So I tapped out after the 13th.
Yeah. I made it.
Wow.
I made it.
That's impressive.
Yesterday on Tuesday was not fun here at work. Getting here kind of early on like 5 hours of sleep. And as you get a little older, I've realized that I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's
Stay
tough.
up till, I didn't fall asleep till like 4. The game ended at 2:55.
Yeah.
It's just one of those moments, though, that I can't go to sleep. Because if I go to sleep and something insane happens, which it kind of did, I'd be so mad at myself.
Sure.
So had to check that out. What a fun series, man. And the Blue Jays get their lick back in Game 4 on Tuesday night. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., his 2-run home run gives them a 2-1 lead. And then really, I saw Jeff Passan's tweet. It was just like the most Blue Jays inning ever. Just base hit, walk, base hit, runs are scoring. Yeah. And then it became 6-1 just like that. Now, so series is tied at 2. If you're listening to this on Thursday, which you will be, we'll know what Game 5 will be or who won Game 5 and take a commanding 3-2 series lead heading back to Toronto. What are your predictions now as it's kind of a best 2 out of 3?
Yeah, I said, we talked about our predictions, last week before the series started. I went Dodgers in 6, which I guess technically can still happen if they win Game 5 and then go back and win Game 6 in Toronto. But I have my doubts. It's shaping up to be a series. To me, it looks like it's going to go 7. Just it's been back and forth. It was all Blue Jays in Game 1, and then Yamamoto did his thing in Game 2. Game 3, you just kind of referenced what a game, 18 innings back and forth. It was the Shohei game. He was just unbelievable on base 9 times, 2 homers. They just didn't pitch to him. They walked him 5 times after he went 4 for his first 4, and then Freddie hits the walk-off. But then, Game 4 was huge to me because he kind of got the feeling like, okay, Game 3 went the Dodgers' way, 2 more at home. Like, will this series even go back to Toronto? But you said it. And then Ohtani on the mound, but Toronto kind of stood up to him. Got a great pitching performance from Bieber. Like, he was excellent. Went toe-to-toe with Shohei. Vlad had the big hit, and then they tacked on later in the game against Shohei in the bullpen. And they really responded well after that devastating Game 3 loss. So now we're all square. Tonight is going to be another, you got Blake Snell on the mound, who to me has kind of a little something to prove after getting beat up in Game 1, at least by his standards. And then Savage is pitching for Toronto. So I guess edge to the Dodgers. But then, you go back Game 6, who knows? It's in Toronto. Yamamoto's pitching, so maybe it would be Dodgers in 6. Maybe I'll rethink that. But I still think it's going 7. So I'll amend my Dodgers in 6, and I'll still say, oh, man, I'll go Dodgers in 7. I still think they're going to win the series.
The momentum was there after Game 3.
Yeah.
And before we kind of end on Game 3, I want to get your opinion real quick. I saw some people on Twitter talking about, should there be that ghost runner in postseason baseball and extra innings. Thoughts?
No.
Yeah,
no, I'm good with that.
Completely with you.
I like it during the regular season.
Fine.
Like, let's keep it moving. Managers like it because they don't want to burn their bullpens and go 18 innings because then you turn around and, what's your pitching plan for the next day? And if you're giving guys days off after that. So I get it from the regular season. They want to keep these games shorter. It's just good for a number of reasons, in my opinion. 162 games is enough of a sample size where you can live with maybe like something weird happened in the 10th or 11th inning with a ghost runner. But no, in the postseason, no. I like playing it out in its purest form. You don't want to start with a man on second in the postseason. Similar to hockey, like you do the shootouts in the regular season, great. But then in the postseason, you can play 5 overtimes.
Correct.
I just think you play it out. It's the postseason. You live with the 18-inning games, and it was a great game. Like I think people are going to be talking about that game for years. So no, I'm good as is. No ghost runner in the postseason.
Yeah, agreed. You can't put that ghost runner.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? We would have got a lifetime story with Game 3 if a ghost runner, because someone would have ended in the 5th.
Sure.
Or excuse me, in the 10th or the 11th or whatever it is. It was. I'm glad that we agree on that because there's just no way that you can put a ghost runner on. It's postseason baseball. It's some of the best sporting, events is postseason baseball. So I'm with you on that. It was crazy too because there's so many good defensive plays in that game in Game 3 that made me jealous. To a point because of what happened in the NLDS with multiple defensive miscues. But it's just been fun baseball. And I think I don't want to pick the Dodgers in 7 because going back to Toronto, that place is going to be a zoo. Going to be a zoo.
They got Yamamoto in Game 6, and he's just been like literally going the distance every start now.
Yeah,
so like
went complete game in Game 2 in Toronto.
Who knows? But.
I mean, what he threw. What he throw? He only threw. Oh, he didn't come in. He was warming up. Warming up for Game 3 just in case in the 17th and 18th.
But no, his Game 2, he's very efficient. He's going 9 innings. Like he's been really, really good. With the exception of the start against the Phillies in Game 3 of the DS, he has been awesome this postseason.
Yeah.
So if Dodgers can win tonight with Snell, who I think has got a little something to prove tonight. Then they go home back to Toronto with the lead and go to Yamamoto. It's going to be tough to beat them. But Toronto, it's been a series. Like I think a lot of people saw the Dodgers as this runaway, especially after what they did to the Brewers in the NLCS. But the Blue Jays have certainly held their own and then some. It's been a great series to watch, and no outcome would shock me. I think it's going to go 7. I'll stick with that.
I'm with you. I hope it does for the sake of being a fan of baseball. I hope it goes 7 because Game 7 in the World Series is always fun. Just like Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, Game 7 of the NBA Finals, whatever it is, it's always going to be insane. So we'll stay up to date. Yeah, because Game 7 would be Saturday. So the next time we talk would be we'll have a World Series winner and the offseason officially begins. And it's going to be a busy offseason for the Phillies as we have noted multiple times on the last few podcasts. Now to Phillies world.
Yeah.
We talked about on the last podcast the whole Bryce Harper, Dave Dombrowski. If you want to call it a saga, we'll call it a saga for just the sake of the pod. Bryce responded. He talked to Scott Lauber of the Inquirer, and he talked to Matt Gelb in the Athletic, and he was hurt. He was hurt by Dave Dombrowski's comments. And I'm glad that the national media now has kind of come to the aid of really the Phillies in general in terms of where did these trade rumors start? Was it Joel Sherman's podcast? Was it what happened? Dave Dombrowski said, hey, we're not trading him. I never said that in the press conference. I don't know where this came from. And for Bryce to kind of react the way he did, it's a little upsetting. But I think it's all kind of cleared now. Like we said on the last podcast, Bryce Harper is not getting traded.
Right.
I said it 100%. I still agree with that.
Yeah.
But the latest kind of developments of this, Bryce being upset, which I guess I understand where he's coming from. But what's your take on Bryce responding to Dave, and now hopefully this saga, if that's what you want to call it, is now behind us?
Yeah, no, like I still don't have a problem with like Dombrowski's initial comments at the end of your press conference. Like he was asked specifically about how would you characterize, evaluate Bryce Harper's season, and he answered truthfully. Like it was a good season, not great, and you expect great from Bryce. Was it elite? No, and that's what Bryce has been over his career. He got hurt. Everybody acknowledges that. He missed a month. He dealt with some wrist stuff before he went on the IL. All indications are he was generally healthy when he came back, and his season was his season. 27 home runs. The RBI total wasn't where you'd expect it to be. Even the average in OPS. We talked about the OPS in our last podcast. I think it was 844, which if you go by his year by year, that is well below what you come to expect from Bryce Harper.
Lowest since 2016.
Yeah, and that's OPS. That's not even really a counting statistic. That's just like a percentage. So and it's not like he only played 80, 90 games. Like he played 130 games. So you got a big enough sample size. It was just it was a very good it was a good season, like a very good by National League standards. If you look across the board, I think like his OPS was still in the top 15, 20 in the National League, maybe even in baseball, but it wasn't approaching that MVP caliber season, which we all can acknowledge. So then in terms of what Bryce said, like he was more put off by the trade speculation, which really had nothing to do with Dave Dombrowski.
Never said it.
Dave Dombrowski said the opposite. Like, we're not trading him. Nobody within the Phillies organization is even entertaining that thought. So I think what Bryce had said to The Athletic, to Matt Gelb, and his quotes is like, I went out of my way with the no trade clause, all the trade stuff. It's all I ever heard in Washington early in my career. I hated it. It makes me uncomfortable. So he wanted to prove to Philadelphia, this is where I want to be for the rest of my career. That's why he signed that contract with no opt-outs, despite his agent telling him otherwise. No, man, have some opt-outs so you can maximize your value. He had no opt-outs. He wanted to prove this is where he wanted to be until his career was over. So I feel like he feels a little betrayed. It might not be the right word, but hey, I've proven I wanted to be here, but my actions, I've done everything he can, as we all know, to kind of endear himself to the fans and the Philadelphia culture and the city. So I think that's what he's upset about. Maybe he's upset that Dave Dombrowski, in his opinion, was a little too truthful, but I don't know. I don't know how you argue like, no, I don't think Dave's right. Like, Dave's right. And maybe he's not used to hearing that as a superstar, that somebody would come down with that honest criticism. But to me, that's my takeaway. He seems upset about the trade stuff, which was baseless to begin with. If there is a riff with him and Dave Dombrowski, I would hope they would get together at some point this offseason. They seemingly have a good relationship.
Yeah.
There seems to be mutual respect there. So hopefully they can get that ironed out. But that's kind of my take. I think he's upset with the trade stuff, which never was real to begin with.
Correct. That's exactly what it is. Joel Sherman said that whatever he said, he'd be less than 1% surprised if Bryce Harper got traded, whatever the quote was. Correct. That's the only person that said there's a chance that Bryce Harper gets traded. And then basically, so this is the power of social media. It just got taken over the way it did. And now Bryce Harper is hurt by the comments. Whatever. It's not anything to fret about if you're a Phillies fan. Bryce Harper isn't going out anywhere. And you mentioned the OPS. I looked it up. He still finished 22nd in Major League Baseball in OPS. Yep. And he's in the likes of like Hunter Goodman, Kyle Tucker at an 841, Bo Bichette at 840, Jeremy Pena had 840, Ben Rice at 836. So like, still a decent season for Bryce. It's just not what we're used to seeing. And again, it goes back to what Dave Dombrowski said of, yes, he wasn't elite. Now, my thought too was, do you think Bryce maybe was hurt by, hey, this could be, hopefully, Dave said, hey, I've seen players kind of on a decline as they get a little older. Maybe that hurt Bryce. But knowing Bryce Harper, this is just going to be fuel and motivation for 2026.
I hope so.
And Rob Thompson said that in his end of season press conference, where he's like, hey, if I know Bryce, he's going to come out and be the superstar that he is in 2026, because I think this is going to explode. He's going to come out in a prove-it year, if that's what you want to call it, for Bryce in 2026, and I'm looking forward to it, man. But yeah, I'm glad that little saga is behind us.
I mean, honestly, too, if they're going to win the World Series, they need him to be better.
100%.
Like you saw it this year. Like, he was really good, and they had a really good season, but you get into those series against really good pitching, you need your guys, and he is certainly one of their guys, to step up. That's what Vladimir Guerrero's doing. He's facing these same pitchers, and he has stepped up and then some. Like these great hitters, you're not going to win every time when you're up to bat against a Blake Snell or a Shohei Ohtani or a Yoshinobu Yamamoto, but you got to win more of the time than the Phillies did against that pitching. So you need Harper to be better in the postseason, and he was really good in the postseason his first few years in Philadelphia, his first few postseasons, but he hasn't been the last few years, and the team result has kind of, you've seen it kind of go along with Harper's performance.
Definitely indicated that this team success has not come off the back of Bryce Harper struggling. By the way, you mentioned Ohtani. I wanted to hit on this. We're going to play this clip real quick of Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. He talked to the media on Tuesday, and he was very blunt on one, Sir Anthony Dominguez, which is hilarious, and two, what he would do if he was the Blue Jays with Shohei Ohtani.
Set for 3 a.m.
No, I didn't. I think I gave up on the 12th, after the 12th.
Sir Anthony,
Phillies should never traded him. I don't care. He gave up a homer to Babe Ruth.
he got on base 9 times. 9 times.
They gonna walk him every time he's up the rest of the series?
Sounds like
Might have to. Might. Hey, Vic, how
They should hit him. They should hit him, not walk him.
That's a defensive coordinator right there.
Hit him in the arm and then he can't pitch.
That's right. His right arm is the lead arm as for a left-hander.
I love the comments from everyone, all the reporters in there that were like, that's why you're defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most defensive coordinator comments
Right.
I've ever heard. And just plunk them.
Yeah, if you're
Why
going to put
not?
them on, make them earn it.
If you're going
Make them wear it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't just walk them, hit them. And then the reporter brought up, oh, yeah, if you hit him in the lead arm, that's his pitching arm. It's a great idea. He really liked that. Yeah. That's a good
Never
football
change,
mentality.
Vic.
Yeah.
I love it because he came out wearing his Philly stuff, and Vic Fangio has been very
Big Phillies
candid about being a huge Phillies fan.
Yeah.
And having him in the Phillies corner is a really cool kind of side story of this entire season. Just those comments are hilarious, and please never change Vic Fangio.
Hey, T-Mac, another great day, best fans, the best city. How lucky are we?
It doesn't get much better than this. But I got to tell you, our guy missed a lot of the game last night. I think he missed almost a full inning going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I noticed. I mean, he said he kept feeling like he had to go, and then nothing would come out.
I think he went back 3 times before the 7th inning. Now, that's more than just having too many beer baths.
Nope, it sounds like BPH. It's more common than you think.
Well, it's time to stop holding it about prostate health. Good thing we've got our friends at Temple Health who are way smarter about these things than we are. Let's let the doc explain. So, Doc, what's going on with our guy?
Sounds to me like he's got this problem called BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia. It really means that guys just have trouble peeing.
But there's a solution to it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. At Temple Health, there are doctors that really specialize in BPH. Aquablation is one of those things that we offer that many people don't, and other things like prostate enucleation as well. Both of them are minimally invasive that really help guys.
And for most patients, they come out of it feeling fine.
Yeah, I think most patients have a really simple recovery that's straightforward.
Well, that's a big win because it's better than going to the bathroom a dozen times during a ball game.
Oh, absolutely. These results for guys are long-lasting. Let's face it, prostate health shouldn't be keeping guys out of the game.
Hey, I ran into our guy again. No more backroom sprints. He's back in the game.
He told me it was like the most relief he's had in years, in more ways than one. I mean, he even stayed for extra innings.
Aquablation therapy at Temple Health. Get back in the game. Visit templehealth.org.
So now to the big fun stuff here.
Okay.
We're going to title the podcast Our Plays of the Year.
Yep.
We're going to say plays, moments. I'll probably make it moments of the year because there's a lot of big moments of this season.
Sure.
So before the World Series ended, and now before we shift gears to full offseason plans, and again, I know I've said it a bunch, but we'll have a ton of offseason content coming up with free agents and the Phillies futures and all that stuff. But to kind of put a bow on the 2025 season, me and Sean wanted to do our top 3. We're going to do like a snake draft kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do a snake draft.
Sure.
Why not?
Okay.
A snake draft kind of thing of our top 3 biggest moments of the 2025 season for the Philadelphia Phillies. So there's been so many moments, and we'll have some honorable mentions. We'll have some... have some other options that didn't get drafted in our top 3, and we chose 3 because 5 would take an hour, and we're already 20 minutes in here, so we got to keep things moving.
Yep.
So, to start, would you like to start?
Yes. So if we're doing snake draft, I imagine we're starting at the top here.
We'll start at the top.
We're not going like honorable mention, building up to number 1. We're just going, here's a number 1 because I had the first pick.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So if I'm going number 1, my favorite moment, my favorite game, my most memorable game of that season, which there are a lot of them, we're going to get to a lot of them. Kyle Schwarber, 4 home run game, late August at home against the Braves. Portion of the season where the Phillies were starting to pull away a little bit from the Mets. They had just gotten swept by the Mets, earlier in August, or really it was kind of like earlier that week. It was the series before that.
Yeah.
They had gotten swept. It was getting tight. They come home, they face the Braves, and Schwarber just, boom, sets the tone for that 4-game series. Thursday night, Powder Blues. He was filming that Abbott Elementary later. That was a big night for Kyle. He had a lot going on that weekend. He ended up winning their fantasy football golf competition. It was kind of his weekend. But yeah, that game, I was over there for our website covering it, as a writer, as a beat reporter. So I was in the press box, and it was just crazy. Like, he hits the first one, he hits the second one, he gets to 3. You guys start doing the math. He's going to get up again at least one more time. Hits the 4th one. The place is going crazy. Obviously, it's a blowout, but everybody's locked in still on Schwarber. And he got the 5th at bat against a position player, popped it up. Kind of lamented that after the game that I'm no good against position players because it's such a different feel when you're facing a guy throwing like that. But 4 home runs, There's only been a handful of guys in all of baseball to hit 4 home runs. He had a chance to become the first to hit a 5th. There's only been a handful of guys in the Phillies that have hit 4. So very short list in a long history of the game, of the franchise. And that 4 home run night was pretty electric and really kind of symbolize what a great season it was for him. 56 home runs, too short of Ryan Howard's record. But that was the biggest Schwarber moment and team moment, in my opinion, of the season.
Got to take that off my draft board. We knew it was going to be a battle. We knew it was going to be a battle for that first overall pick. And I can't agree more, man. What a fun moment. It's funny, a little backstory. So that was the weekend I was going to Columbus for the Ohio State-Texas game. Yep. So I got back. I was working that night, but I was going to work from my buddy Will's house. So we're driving. We couldn't get out of Philly traffic. My buddy John was driving. So I had to bring out the laptop because I think JT hit the first home run in that game. Mm-hmm. And then I forget who else hit the second home run.
I think Harper had one.
Harper had one maybe. And it was like, okay, here we go. And by the time we got to my buddy Will's house, I'm like setting up. He has pizzas. We're hanging out and eating.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, oh, God, he hit another one.
Yep.
And then he comes up the third at-bat. Hits another one.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so the fourth at bat, I had the laptop. We ended up putting it on the big screen in Will's living room, and we were all just kind of huddling around. And I was like, "Well, there goes my night because we're going to be here for a long time." So,
yeah,
what a moment, man! That was really cool.
That was cool.
And in the powder blues too, they didn't get to wear them too many times this season, and to have that opportunity to wear the powder blues and him go nuclear like that was pretty cool, man. So,
yeah,
good first overall pick.
Thank you.
My second pick, we're going to stick with the home run.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just one home run. We're talking 8.
Yeah.
8 home runs. Edmundo Sosa hits 3, which is incredible,
and he'd just been activated off the IL. Like
just
that day,
activated,
I believe.
literally. Yeah, that day. Comes in, hits 3 home runs. He joins Ernie Banks, Alex Rodriguez, the only shortstops to hit 3 home runs in a game. But that wasn't all. Then you follow it up with Schwarber, Bohm.
Yep.
Oh, 2 from Schwarber. Excuse me. 2 from Schwarber, 1 from Bohm, 1 from Stott, and 1 from Otto Kemp. What a moment that was, man! And they got the picture outside of the dugout there, and just a fun game, man. Just a fun game. It's the most home runs hit in a game in Phillies history. And for those guys, it being Schwarber, obviously, and then Stott, Bohm, Kemp, and Edmundo Sosa as the only guys that hit home runs in that game, and Sosa with 3. Just a really cool moment. And to be honest, man, that's when I thought, like, okay, this is it. The vibes were really high. You're coming off. It was right before they clinched the division, and they're feeling good, man. They're feeling fun. And that ballpark that night too. I was over there, I think, for the first few innings, and then came back here to the office, and it was already loud. Mm-hmm. And then Sosa hits his third, and just a really cool moment. And really wanted him to get an opportunity to get a fourth chance there, but his third one kind of came late. But just a really fun moment and a great time from this season. But 8 home runs in one game, man. What a cool moment.
That was awesome. That was great. Awesome game. You said the Sosa angle, everything was great about that. And 143-year history, they never hit 8 before, so that is certainly noteworthy and a great moment from the season. I am now, for my second round pick, my number 2 on my list.
Here we go.
I'm going to go the pitching route, and I'm going to go Zach Wheeler, complete game, 1-hit shutout against the Reds in early July, right before the All-Star break. Wheeler was really on a roll at that point of the season, and went the distance. And honestly, he faced 28 hitters, 28 batters, 1 over the minimum. The only blemish in that game, I shouldn't have said shutout, pardon me, it was a 1-hitter complete game because the Reds did have 1 run, an Austin Hayes home run. Austin Hayes solo home run to the opposite field was the only blemish on really what was Zach Wheeler perfect game stuff. You could tell early the Reds didn't have the best lineup. You thought, this could be not only a no-hitter, this could be a perfect game. And it nearly was with 1 bad pitch. And it wasn't even that bad of a pitch, if memory serves. Hayes just kind of went out and got it and took it the other way. But Zach Wheeler, who up until, unfortunately, he had to go on the IL in mid-August, was having a Cy Young caliber season, and that was kind of the peak of his powers. What a game. What a performance. Zach Wheeler, 1-hit, complete game victory over the Reds in early July.
Faced 1 over the minimum.
Yeah.
Faced 28 batters. I thought too, because we've joked about it on the pod multiple times, like we've got that perfect game graphic ready.
Oh yeah,
even a no-hitter graphic.
Yeah,
and I think it was like the 4th or 5th inning, and we were all in the office, and it was like, ooh,
yeah,
something special. Zach has it today.
No doubt.
And he leaves one. Like he said, I remember him after the game in the locker room too. He's like, I made a good pitch.
Right.
I made a good pitch to Hayes, and it just Austin got the best of him. Which of course it had to be Austin Hayes. Of course it had to be.
Yeah.
But that too. That was a really fun moment because it was one of those moments where you're like, okay, yeah. Here we are.
They have two perfect games. They got, obviously on Father's Day, Jim Bunning 64, and we all remember Roy Halladay in 2010. And I thought that could have very easily been the third one. He was that good.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. That was and hopefully we'll see more of that from Zach Wheeler once he returns.
Yes,
in 2026. We're looking forward to that, and it sounds like everything's still on schedule for Zach, and he's going to get ready to throw here. I think here in the coming months, as he kind of ramps back up, and hopefully we'll see him pre-All-Star break in 2026.
Oh yeah, let's hope so.
All right, we're going to go moment again here for my second pick. And it's a moment that I think we'll see for quite a long time, or at least see it for the next 2 years.
Okay.
But that first one, Sean Kane, when Jahan Duran comes out for the very first time at CBP wearing the City Connect uniforms on a Friday night.
Yeah.
A few days after the Phillies finally made a trade for a lockdown closer, a legitimate closer, a guy that is your closer for the next 2 years. That first entrance, we've seen it. We saw it in Minnesota. We said it was going to get ready even leading up to the trade deadline. There's videos of like, can you imagine this at CBP? Can you imagine this in Red October?
Yeah.
And we got to see it right away. And what does he do? He comes out and throws 4 pitches. In his very first appearance. All at like 103.
Oh, fastball's 102, 103. The splitter was like 99. It was like, what is going on? We'd never seen anything like that. It was crazy.
Good luck. And that's when, again, that place was loud too.
Yeah.
And again, shout out to Fanavision. Shout out to the Phillies for really replicating everything out of it and making it kind of their own thing. And the fact that we get to see that for 2 more years. And obviously here at NBC Sports Philadelphia, we heard the calls. We showed the first few, and then we had a commercial break.
Yep.
Then we got it sponsored. That's how the business works. And you'll see it. You'll see it. Now, I'm not going to give any spoilers. I don't know if that's going to come back for next year. I'm assuming it will.
You would think so.
We got to talk to some people.
Yeah.
But that first one, man, I'll never forget it. And I think we were sitting in here in the office, and everyone here, like, we just kept playing the intro, like, on the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
We just have this little tiny speaker, and we were just playing that music that whole night until I was here till 3 a.m. So it was a really good time. Really cool moment, and excited for many more of Jahan Duran's entrances here for the next few years.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm with you on that. Number 3 for me, my third and final round before we get to the honorable mentions. More of like, to my opinion, like their biggest accomplishment, the Phillies this season, was winning the NL East for a second straight year, 96 games. So I'm going to pick as my third round that NL East clinching game in Los Angeles. First game of that 3-game series in mid-September. They went from neck and neck with the Mets to we're thinking, oh man, it's going to come down to the last series, to just running away with the division. The Mets went in the tank. So here we are. Wow, they can clinch. They almost clinch at home against the Royals that Sunday in mid-September. Then they go on the road and they get it done against the Dodgers. And what a game that was! Great game. Good pitching in that game from the Dodgers. I believe Emmett Sheehan started that game. And the Phillies eventually kind of kept grinding, got to the Dodgers bullpen. Weston Wilson hit a big home run in that game. Bryce Harper hit a big home run in the 8th inning to give the Phillies a lead. But then Duran, who we just talked about, came in and gave up a very rare home run. I believe Pajes took him deep. And then the Phillies rallied. They took the lead back. David Robertson comes in, nails it down, and then the celebration was on in Los Angeles. So it was a great game, great back and forth against the team. Obviously, they went on to face a few weeks later in the NLDS. But great game. And to me, that's a great accomplishment when the NL East. Like, I know people are going to get stuck on losing again in October, losing again in the NLDS, but baseball season's a grind, man. And to win a division, a second straight NL East, and to what is a very competitive division. The Mets obviously had a lot of expectations. The Braves have been very good in recent years. So to win that division, great accomplishment. It was a great game, a back and forth game in Los Angeles, and that's number 3 on my list.
I love it. And again, the vibes were really high. The vibes were very high heading into that. And yeah, we wish they could have done it at home, having all these fans kind of stay and watch the end of that Mets game on Sunday. And then Pete Alonso hits a walk-off home run. And
right.
Man, geez. But for them to do it the very next day in kind of dramatic fashion, a good comeback win. And that's when we were saying that the 2 seed was almost, it wasn't locked up at that point, but it was going to be tough for them to get that 1 seed. And it looked like a Dodgers-Phillies NLDS matchup if the Dodgers got past the wild card round, which obviously we know that's what happened. But felt good going into that with a win like that, and then taking 2 or 3 from them too. That entire series was really fun. But yeah, man, back-to-back division titles. And we talked about it on the pod multiple times. Winning division is a big deal.
No doubt.
It is a huge deal, and especially back-to-back, a really cool moment. I like that one.
All right,
for my third and final, our most, not you and I's most viral moment, because we know what that is. Shout out to Phillies Karen. She might even be an honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
But the most viral moment of the season leading up to that, the old Bryce and Stott triple off the wall on a Friday night, City Connects.
Yep.
Here comes Nick Castellanos rounding third. And who is directly behind him? JT Realmuto.
Yep.
What, just a really cool moment. And I think there's only like 2 or 3 plays in baseball history similar to that are on, cameras that was televised. But for Cassie to slide down and JT to slide right after him was one of my favorite moments of this season. Just a weird-looking play. Stott's all fired up at third. JT's, comes up, smacks Nick's butt, and there's a bunch of laughs in the dugout. It was one of my favorite moments of this entire season, just because the crowd was so electric. It was a Friday night at the bank on a hot summer night, and the place was going nuts. And I had a few friends there that were in the stands, and they were like, I've never seen anything like that. My buddy John actually said he looked up and just saw Cassie, then looked to see where the ball was, and before he knew it, JT was directly on his heels. For the old double slide home, and but I forget who's the catcher. I can't remember who the catcher was, but for him to
the Mets, right? So
it
wasn't Alvarez, or maybe it was hurt at that time. I don't know.
Yeah,
sure.
But for him to just miss both of them, his left arm kind of comes swinging behind JT, behind Nick, was just a really cool moment. So those are our top 3.
That's it.
Agree, disagree, whatever. We do have honorable mentions. I'm going to start with my first one.
Go ahead.
Because this was a really tough one. I was between 2 on kind of throwing in, not even a moment, but a play. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say these first 2 real quick. Kyle Schwarber's 300th home run in Colorado goes 466 feet off the 3rd deck in Colorado. Astonishing home run and a pretty cool moment for his 300th. And Amundo Sosa in left field for the very first time in his career, and he goes and robs Marcell Ozuna of a home run in Atlanta. Awesome.
Yeah.
That was my favorite play of the year. Just Sosa being out there in left field for the first time ever. Mm-hmm. And I believe it was like the 1st or 2nd inning. Yeah. And he goes up and robs and makes arguably one of the better catches I've seen this season. Throw it up there with the Bader's home run robbery in Miami. But those were 2 big honorable mentions.
Those are 2 good ones. And the only other honorable mention I'll throw out there, just to get Trey Turner a little love for the season that he had. He was in the MVP mix. He, won the batting title, would have been the hits leader if not for that IL stint in September. I thought his best game of the season was that same series as the Schwarber 4 home run game against Atlanta, late August. I believe it was a Saturday night. Chris Sanchez was pitching against Chris Sale, and Turner was just unbelievable. 3 hits, including the walk-off in the 9th inning that scored Nick Castellanos. But a handful of really good defensive plays with Sanchez on the mound, throwing a lot of ground balls. Turner was just all over the place defensively. He stole a couple bases. It was really just kind of that all-around excellence of Trey Turner, what you expect from him at his best. So I thought that was a really cool, exciting game, exciting win, again, at a time of the season when they were starting to kind of pull away from the Mets in that division. That was a big series win for them. So that was a cool game, a cool moment for Trey.
That was really cool. For a guy that won the batting title, big games like that are really cool. And we talked about his defense all season long, how much it's improved and how much he's worked with Bobby Dickerson in spring training and even during the season. And for him to have a game like that was also a really cool moment.
Yes, sir.
I got one more.
Yeah.
Well, Christopher Sanchez, I can't believe we didn't include him. But the game, I had to pull it up here. Sorry, I just lost it. The game against the Tigers on a Sunday night.
Yep.
He goes 8 strong.
Yeah.
Rob was debating bringing him out there for the 9th, but here comes Jahan Duran and a 2-0 win. And Kyle Schwarber actually hit a home run in the 8th inning there. It was a 1-0 game.
Yep.
The offense couldn't get anything going for Sanchez, who was just dealing. He's so good that night.
He only threw like 84 pitches, I think, in 8 innings.
Something like that, yeah. And that's and he had like 12 strikeouts. And then Duran comes in and just shuts it down against the Tigers, who at that time were the best team in the American League. And to come in there on a Sunday night in front of the entire, national, on ESPN there on a Sunday night, it was really cool.
Yeah,
So,
Scooble had just beaten Wheeler the day before on Saturday, so
That's
that was
right.
like the rubber match of that series, and that was a really, really good performance by Sanchez. Who you're right, like he had a handful of them. Pick your Chris Sanchez performance. He had a couple complete games as well, but no, it's a great list, man. Lots to choose from. Despite again didn't end the way we wanted to, but I think it's important, especially in baseball, where the games are constant and the games are every day, to appreciate the journey, appreciate the path of 162. And there was a lot of really memorable, cool moments.
There really is, man. And that's the thing. We're getting down to the end of the World Series here. And from the dog days of summer to really hot days of summer to fun games, over 162 game season, you're going to have insane moments.
Yeah.
And I think we hit most of them because there was a bunch of them.
There was.
Throw Bader's first home run in there, followed up by a Schwarber grand slam against the Orioles. There's too many to pick. So hopefully you guys agree with our top 3. If you have any more, throw them in the comments in YouTube or anywhere you listen to your podcasts. This was a fun one, Sean Kane.
Yeah, it was good.
This was a fun one.
Nice.
To wrap it up,
Yep.
Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, that's right. You gave me homework last podcast.
Anything?
And I did not do my homework, man.
It's okay. I was going to text you last night, but
darn it. Yeah,
things got a little busy.
I wanted to check that out. It was not on my radar. It is generally not on my radar, but now that you're so into it, I need to give you some feedback of what I think. All right.
We'll get there next week because it's getting low. Like we're getting down to like the good people are going to slowly get voted off here.
Okay.
The girl Jen, who was from Mormon Housewives.
Okay.
She got voted off last night. She just didn't. She didn't have it.
Okay.
They wanted to see her improve, and they just didn't get it.
All right.
So, and then there was an injury. Elaine Hendricks,
Oh,
the mom from what's the movie with Lindsay Lohan as a small child? Parent
boy.
Trap.
Oh, wow. I would
The mom from Parent Trap.
Okay.
Dude, during rehearsal,
Yeah.
did something to her ribs, so
Oh,
they had
man.
they couldn't, but they still voted her in.
Yeah.
They still voted her in.
That's a
So
shame.
they're going to keep her in the competition, see how she feels. We don't really know what the injury is, but
Okay.
All right. Then everybody else kind of still killing it.
Man, so we're into this. That's impressive. It's a real passion for you.
See, and so now I've gotten some friends on board too, and like we'll text about it because it's competition.
Yeah.
It's a competition, and they do theme nights.
Right.
Like last night was Halloween.
Yeah.
Costumes are cool.
You wonder, like, if people just kind of click on this podcast and they go to a random spot and they get to this spot with us dressed like this and you talking about Dancing with the Stars, like, what is going on? This is a Phillies podcast? Like, but that's good, though. You want to be well-rounded. You want to have a lot going on.
Hey,
You
it's
know?
going to be a long off season,
It
like
is.
we've said.
Yeah.
You got to have a little fun.
You do.
And if you've been following the pod
Yeah.
for, the last 2 years, we have fun.
Yeah.
You got to keep it entertaining.
No doubt. Yes.
You can't just come in here and talk about baseball the whole
Sure.
time, dude.
That's true.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Is there anything other than in Phillies world?
No, I mean,
We're real quick. We're on the debate today, and this is I'm not going to throw shade as much.
Yeah.
But we were talking about it in the office, talking about the 1 seed and the 2 seed.
okay.
If the Phillies got past I guess they would have got past the Cubs. I guess if they were the 1 seed.
If they were the 1 seed, they would have gotten
the Dodgers to the NLCS. Maybe
Yes.
it's a little different. A 7-game series. Things kind of pan out. But think about they came just a few games short of that 1 seed.
Yeah.
Jordan Romano doesn't blow up as much.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could point to. Yeah. No doubt.
There's
Yeah,
just-
they had their
we are in the debate in the office kind of where like those wins would have came.
Yeah.
And Jordan Romano's name came up.
Jordan Romano. There was a number of games that, yes, I
Should've
think the
won.
bullpen had some issues.
Yeah.
Obviously, the offense went into some funks. But yeah, it's over the course of a season, there's always games you can point
Have
to.
to.
And yeah, that 1 seed was important. Like we were kind of like, just get the bye, but like we didn't realize because the Dodgers didn't look like the Dodgers all season. They obviously won 90 plus games, but we all expected them to be some super team. They were okay. And the Phillies had some success against them when they won both series in the regular season. So
Bingo.
maybe we didn't give enough respect to avoiding the Dodgers and at all costs get away from the Dodgers until as late as possible. And then, you go to the NLCS and who knows what happens in the longer series. But yeah, no, it would have been nice to get that 1 seed in hindsight for sure.
The old what ifs. The old
Lots of what
The old what ifs.
No doubt.
So, all right, on that note, let's land the plane.
Let's land it.
Thanks for listening to the Phillies Talk podcast presented by Team Toyota. By the way, we had a Pequinox today. We had every
wow.
podcast. Every single we had
That's
a
a
Flyers talk, a
Pequinox.
Sixers talk, a
Nice.
Takeoff with John Clark.
John Clark, yeah.
And an Eagle Eye podcast, emergency Eagle Eye podcast because they made a trade.
Those guys, man.
Go Birds, man.
Eagle Eye. Impressive.
Those guys, man.
Go Birds.
We're going to get there eventually. Because
Yeah.
once we get on Dancing with the Stars,
Then we're, yeah. Yeah, if
People
I
that's
could
gonna be
have
a
the
thing in
same
past.
pop culture savvy as Ruben Frank,
Right.
I feel like that is when we can really, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he talks about his track and
No doubt.
music, and
No, he's a well-rounded guy.
we gotta
Yeah.
stick with it.
Yeah. All right. Good to know.
Land the plane.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. That's Sean Kane as Clark Kent.
Clark Kent.
I'm Spencer McKercher as a Clearwater resident. We're gonna stick with that one.
Safari bowler. You ever see a guy bowl out in the safari? That's
You're
what he
gonna
looks
see one
like.
now, baby.
Yes.
You're gonna see one now.
Uh-huh.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for listening. We will talk to you guys next week. There's like I said, a lot to dive into because the World Series will be over. We're gonna talk about some free agents, what the Phillies' futures look like. A lot to dive in. So thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys then.